All right, guys, it's giveaway time. I am stoked to announce that I hit 3,000 subscribers. Again, guys, it's my way of saying thank you. It's my way of just showing the appreciation that I have for the support that you guys have given to me on this short journey. It hasn't been very long, and the growth that I've seen, I can't say thank you enough. And so it's giveaway time. I'm stoked for it. It's my fourth giveaway since starting this channel, and I'm excited to do more and more as I continue to do this and grow with you guys. And so it's giveaway time. So just like the previous giveaways, what I'm gonna do, and this is all you have to do to be involved in the giveaway. Number one, subscribe to the channel. Just make sure you are a subscriber. Number two, like this video. And number three, in the comment section down below, type the word giveaway. That's it. Just type the word giveaway. So be a subscriber, like this video, type the word giveaway in the comment section down below. And then on Monday, May 13th, I'm going to give it a few days. All right. So you guys can kind of view this video. All my subscribers can get on here and check it out. And you guys get an opportunity to get involved. On Monday, May 13th, I will reply to the comment of the winner. I will reply to your comment letting you know you have been chosen. And I basically just take the names, put them in a computer system, and it randomly picks a winner. But I will reply to your comment stating that you are the winner of the giveaway and your instructions on how to redeem it. And so, again, guys, I've hit 3,000. My next giveaway will be at 4,000. You know, I might surprise you guys and throw one in there in between because, again, I'm just grateful for what you guys have done for me thus far. So, but again, get involved in this. I appreciate all you guys. I'm stoked to do it. So, again, be a subscriber, like this video, type giveaway in the comment section down below. Monday, May 13th, I will reply to your comment if you are the winner on the instructions on how to redeem that giveaway. So I appreciate you guys. Can't wait to announce the winner on Monday. Keep checking in. Keep rolling with the support. I can't thank you guys enough. So again, thank you, and let's get into the video. So we have reports that are coming out basically urging us to reunite with a former Las Vegas Raider, a former sack leader. And I've heard a lot of analysts talk about it, NFL analysts, NFL experts. I've even heard and watched other content creators come on and talk about it. And I have a little bit of a different take than what they have. So I want to jump on and kind of talk about this and address this, because could we use some depth when it comes to the edge rushing core that we have? Yes, I think we can use some depth. But is Yannick Ngakoue, is he the right piece? And so I kind of want to touch on that. We're going to go through kind of what his stats were last season. We're going to go through what contract he signed last year. So maybe take a look at what kind of money he might be looking for. So we're going to go over that. We're going to look at our depth chart and really see, does he fit? Would he be a good fit on this roster? And I want to get your feedback, and I'll give you my feedback at the end of this video. And so let's kind of jump into this. And so this is basically the report that came out. Raiders urged to reunite with former sack leader. So the Las Vegas Raiders defensive line should be a major strength for the team in the 2024 and 2023 with the first round pick of Tyree Wilson, if he can take that leap. Max Crosby is an all-pro, and Malcolm Koonce had a breakout season, but the depth behind them is relatively thin at defensive end. And if Wilson doesn't improve, and I completely agree, right? I think that Tyree Wilson, I think he's going to play the majority of his time inside, but I do think that they're going to try to put him outside, because at the end of the day, if they don't extend Malcolm Koonce, then they're going to have to really see if Tyree Wilson can play that edge position like they originally brought him in for. But he had so much success last year, and he showed so much promise on the inside. You know, don't fix what ain't broken. And so build on that, because you do have Malcolm Koonce. But if the Raiders feel like they need more depth, there is one player in free agency who could make sense. Defensive end Yannick Ngakoue played with the team in 2021 and led the team with 10 sacks. He's currently unsigned and shouldn't cost too much money. Christopher Knox of Bleacher Report believes the Raiders should sign Ngakoue. And so let's kind of take a look. Let's take a look at what Ngakoue's Yannick's stats were last year in the 2023 season. He had 13 solo tackles, 4 sacks. Now, he didn't have the same role that he has had in the past, whether it was with us or when he was um, traded over to the Colts. So he didn't really have the same role because they brought in Vontez Sweat, which was really that number one pass rusher that they brought in last season. And so he really didn't play the same role. I don't think he had as many snaps as he's had in the past. And so his production went down naturally. But let's take a look at what he did behind that. So again, 4 sacks in I'm going to make sure you guys see it on the screen. Okay, so 4 sacks last year with Chicago. Prior to that, he had 9.5 sacks with Indy, and then he had 10 sacks with us when he was with the Las Vegas Raiders. And so he still can be a viable option when it comes to getting after the quarterback. Again, he had a limited role with Chicago. I think his role decreased a little bit. And so he didn't have as much production. But if you look at the 2022 2023 season, he still was either at double digit sacks or very close to it. So could he still produce? I think he can, and maybe at the right price, he could be a possible option. So let's take a look at the contract that he signed last year with the Bears. Now keep in mind, he signed this contract with the Bears knowing that he was going to be a key piece. That's why they brought him in. He was going to be really a focus of coming off that edge and being that sack leader. And so last year, he signed a 1 year, $10.5 million contract with the Chicago Bears. 4.5 million signing bonus, 10 million of that guaranteed. So, basically his entire contract was completely guaranteed. So that's kind of that's the contract that he signed last year. Keep in mind, he was brought in to really be that main edge rusher, that guy that was going to get after that quarterback. And so, with that being said, let's take a look at what our roster looks like, right? Like what does our edge rushers look like? Obviously, we have Max Crosby, Malcolm Koonce. Those are going to be our two main guys. Like I said before, Tyree Wilson, I think, is going to find his way in that rotation because I think the Raiders still have to figure out, do we have a guy there? Do we have Tyree Wilson that could be that edge rusher that we want him to be? Could he be that guy? And so I think he's still going to get some rotations there. We have Ellerson Smith behind there. On the opposite side, we have Janarius Robinson, and he's kind of a question mark to me. I did have high hopes when Tyree Wilson wasn't performing. Janarius Robinson was getting more playing time. And I think even though he looked very raw, he's a very big body. He's a big human being, and he's very raw. Okay. He's not very athletic, but he's got that motor. He's got that energy to go sideline to sideline. And so I think as a rotation piece, he could be pretty solid for us. Now, he had that DUI just a few months ago. And so I don't know how that's going to really affect his ability to be with us. Depending on how maybe some of these backups, maybe some of these undrafted free agents, they really start to excel. Or again, they pick up somebody in free agency because of that DUI, because of that incident. It's a question mark on whether or not AP and Tom Telesco want to keep him on this roster. And so there's a big question mark there. Now, if he does stay on the roster, again, I thought he was a really good rotational piece last year, so he can be fairly solid. Then you got Charles Snowden and David Agoa. So you have some guys back there that could potentially work in and compete for that rotational role when it comes to the edge rushers. So that's kind of how our roster, our depth at the edge position plays out. And so, let me know in the comments down below, guys. Let me know in the comments down below. What do you think? What are your thoughts? Do you think we should bring in Yannick Ngakoue? The contract that I have in my mind, I think it's another 1 year contract. I think for me, another 1 year, because we have a lot of salary cap to play with. But again, we have a lot of guys we want to re-sign. We got guys like Robert Spillane, got guys like Nate Hobbs, Malcolm Koonce, guys that you possibly want to re-sign. You're going to allocate some money to that, probably a good chunk of money to that if you want to re-sign those guys. And then you got another possible free agent at the corner position that everybody's talking about is Xavier Howard, possibly Stephon Gilmore, Adoree Jackson. Sorry. Do we want to bring those guys in? And that's going to possibly cost a pretty penny. And so how do you want to allocate other resources or money to other resources to bring in like a potential edge rusher? Could we throw maybe a $3 million price tag at him? I think that's feasible. I think if it's a 1 year, around $3 million, I think I would entertain that. Now, if it's anything higher than that, I'm not too sure. And here's my reason why. I'm a firm believer in building through the draft. I think that you need to get some of these younger guys that could be impact players to develop, coach them up. A lot of things that people don't take into consideration is the coaching aspect of this. When you bring in a player that is a little raw, that doesn't jump off at you when you look at their film, but they have some parts of their game that they could build off of to turn into some productive players. That's where coaching comes into play. And all the good teams, they coach up their players. They coach up the players that they draft so that they can build through the draft. And that's how you can that's how you can go out and get those high paid free agents. You can get that big name in free agency because you've done such a good job of coaching up those young players through the draft. And so what I'm getting at, I think we've picked up some undrafted free agents that could really show some promise, that really have a chance at making this 53-man roster. And again, I'll be putting some videos out there. So, again, if it's a 1 year, around a $3 million price tag, which I think he might seek a little bit more. He might wait until that after that June 1st date when a lot of additional salary cap kicks in for a lot of teams like ours, right? We're going to get a little over 24 million because of Jimmy G. Other teams are going to get additional salary cap as well. So he might wait around and he might try to find that one team that's desperate for an edge rusher and might take that contract. So maybe he won't come in that cheap. But again, a 1 year, possibly 3 million, I'd entertain that. But anything outside of that, I think we have some undrafted free agents that I think we can coach up and develop and eventually find themselves possibly competing or getting that rotation with our Max Crosby's and our Malcolm Kuntzes. So, guys, that's my take on it. A lot of people are talking about, so I want to jump on here and give you my perspective. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Again, if you can, like this video, subscribe, turn on those notifications. Get you guys. Hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys on the next video. I'm out.